Today, we're breaking down a powerful concept that can completely change how women respond to you, especially as you get older. And here's what surprises most men. It has nothing to do with money, nothing to do with looks, and nothing to do with clever pickup lines or manipulation tactics. Instead, it comes down to two simple words. When used correctly, these words activate something much deeper in the female mind, emotional connection points that most men never access. I'll explain exactly what those words are. I'll explain the psychology behind them. But there's one detail almost everyone misses. And that detail is what separates the men women forget from the men they keep thinking about. Stay until the end. This can permanently change the way you communicate. For years, I've analyzed thousands of interactions between men and women. And here's what became clear. The men who attract the most are not always the best looking. They're not always the richest. They are the men who understand direct emotional communication. While most men get stuck in safe, empty conversations, trying to be liked, trying not to say the wrong thing, the men who stand out do the opposite. They communicate with clarity and intent. They use two words that act like master keys to the female subconscious. The human brain is wired to respond to specific communication patterns. And when these two words are used correctly, they create what psychologists call positive emotional anchoring. Let's break it down. The first word is I want. It sounds almost too simple. But listen closely to what happens when a man says I want with calm confidence. He takes responsibility for his desire. He's not asking permission. He's not hinting. He's not waiting for approval. He's being direct. And here's something critical about female psychology. Women are naturally drawn to men who know what they want. Why? Because it signals leadership. It signals decisiveness. It signals that you can handle direction instead of placing that burden on her. Now compare these two statements. I don't know, maybe we could hang out sometime if you want. Versus, I want to take you out Saturday. I know a place you'll enjoy. Feel the difference. One communicates hesitation. The other communicates presence. You're not chasing. You're leading. This isn't aggression. It's assertiveness. It's having the courage to take up space and say, this is what I want. When you do that, you activate something called sexual polarity. You step into the masculine role of initiative, which naturally awakens the feminine desire to respond. Now comes the second word. And this is the one that changes everything. I appreciate. This is where depth enters the equation. If a man only uses I want, he risks sounding self-focused. But when I want is paired with I appreciate, balance is created. Initiative plus emotional intelligence. Let me give you an example. Instead of saying, I want to see you again, you say, I want to see you again because I appreciate the way you think. Our conversations have real depth. Notice what changed. You didn't just express desire. You showed awareness. You showed presence. You showed that you actually see her. Most men compliment looks. Very few acknowledge essence. And that distinction is powerful. When appreciation is genuine, you're not seeking validation. You're making a conscious choice. And women can feel that difference instantly. If this resonates with you, take a moment and like the video. It tells the algorithm, and me, that you're serious about self-mastery. Now let's address the mistake that ruins all of this. Incongruence. Congruence means your words, tone, and body language are aligned. If you say, I want to take you to dinner, but your posture collapses, your eyes avoid contact, and your voice shakes, your body contradicts your words. And the female brain notices immediately. It's an emotional lie detector. So when you say I want, stand grounded. Shoulders relaxed. Eyes steady. When you say I appreciate, slow down. Lower your voice slightly. Let the sincerity breathe. This is the difference between words that land and words that disappear. This level of depth is what I teach in my full attraction guide, where the focus isn't just what to say, but how to carry yourself so your presence has weight. One final point: timing. You don't repeat these words constantly like a script. You use them intentionally, at moments that matter. For example, at the end of a meaningful date, you look her in the eyes and say, "I want to do this again. I appreciate the energy you bring." That's it. You've just created a positive emotional anchor. From that moment on, when she thinks of you, she remembers feeling seen, valued, and desired at the same time. If you want more content like this, subscribe to Stoic Masculinity and turn on notifications. Every week, we focus on clarity, confidence, and quiet power without manipulation or gimmicks. You don't need perfection. You need alignment. Use this wisely. Use it with integrity. See you next time.